Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and it's time for another episode of Let's Play Fate Samurai Remnant. I'm joined by Cool Guy, as always, and today we're chasing sailors. We are doing the Shenmue. We are after the sailors.
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna make the joke about that, because if you didn't, I was gonna.
we've been readying ourselves for the Shenmue reference for a very long time. I'll just let people who don't even remember what Shenmue is about, except finding sailors and driving a forklift. I forget. Did Ryo have to get forklift certified in that game?
I don't think no. I think that Ryo was just magically forklift certified, and honestly, unfortunately, that's like all that ended up happening in the.
That's literally the game
in the third one.
Yeah, Ryo swears to find the man who killed his father, looks for some sailors, and then drives a forklift, and that's pretty much Shenmue.
Yeah. Pretty much it. And 2, and 3, and everybody was really disappointed in 3.
And I'll tell you what, we're absolutely not going to be doing anything of that, because, like, we're pretty much going to be getting ourselves into a big old fight shortly, as we are chasing down those sailors in non-forklift related means. Let's get stuck straight in. Zojoji. It's a whole lot of temple going on. It's a good descriptor for a lot of Japan in this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
a lot of temple going on.
That's not exactly. All right. So what they think it works like Paris, and that they can claim sanctuary, but
no, they're just running in this direction, I think. I think it's like, quick, let's all coordinate by the big gates, which obviously have a point. They say that, like, walking through those giant gates is kind of like a big spiritual cleansing.
Yep, cleanses you of all worldly desires, as the bystander puts it.
I don't know. My worldly desires are pretty worldly.
My worldly desire is my worldly desires are to pet cats and dogs and eat really good food, and pretty sure all of that is going to be on display.
Wow, those birds actually flew off. I'm shocked.
they know what you're up to. They've heard your reputation.
I just saw them just now. I was like, oh wow, those birds actually left. Wonder why they left and the other ones didn't. They just forgot to program the birds everywhere else.
Birds talk. This is the Metal Gear Solid 5 reactive programming in this game. Like, if you bully the birds talk to each other.
This is a really weird one, because we just got the Akasaka Koaraban, which is weird. Why is it here? I thought we already got the other one. Anyway, I guess we'll find out.
What's important right now is that we're petting cats.
Yes, and the cat is very happy that we're doing it.
Strictly speaking, the fact that so many cats are so eager to get pet is a little strange in and of itself, because like most cats I've ever met, like, yes, okay, they will take pets, but they will not, like, present themselves for pets like this. That said, I'm okay with it. Like, there needs to be more petting of cats in games.
Yeah, who cares if it's unrealistic?
Yeah, I could not possibly care less.
Let me pet my cats and dogs and herd my birds.
Birds don't really take pets. So what are we talking about? Like, just the exotic birds that mimic human speech? You get them to call you a nice name or something like that?
No, I just herd them. Like, I just push them around so they form a cluster.
I'm just talking about the local equivalent of, can you pet the dog? Can you get the bird to call you a nice name?
Not an Australian bird. They all know the C word, even if you haven't actually told them how to say it.
Oh, these are foreign mages, specifically.
随分と騒がしい。弱い犬ほどよく吠えるとはこのことか。
様、誰が弱いだと。
貴様ら以外に誰がいるというのだ。
You've hurt my feelings now.
うるせえな。
Saber's got a good trash talking.
But if we're gonna be talking about dogs,
ギャーギャーとうるせえんだよ。喧嘩ならどっかよそでやってくれ。
Homeboy be like an upside down pyramid up in here.
貴様。何者？
he's got every angle covered.
そうさな。ここを守る番犬代わりってとこか。この辺を根城にしてる魔術師にはまあ義理っつうか酒の恩があってな。てめえらが退散しねえってことならこちとら仕事をするまでだ。
はぐれのサーバントだな。
さてね。命が惜しきゃとっとと失せな。
Iori normally isn't this eloquent about something, so I can only imagine this cat is something serious.
3回3回情報は必ず持ち帰れ。
Quick, everyone, run around!
待て、逃がさぬぞ。
おい、待つのはてめえらもだろうが。
何か行き違いがあるようだ。俺たちと連中は仲間じゃない。
むしろ敵だぞ。あれはどうやら敵マスターの手のもののようだ。
へえ、そうかい。だがんなことはどうでもいいんだ。ここんところくに動けず体がなまってたんでな。こうなりゃ最後まで付き合ってもらうぜ。
Comments like that in a number of games like this that always amuse the shit out of me. Like I remember back when I played the translation of Tales of Fantasia on the SNES. There were a couple of mercenaries in one particular city that were always just like, I really hope there's a war soon, because if there isn't, I'm just gonna get out of shape. Like really, bro. What are your priorities? What are your values? Snarling Hound. That's a great name.
So, say hello to Rogue Lancer.
Yeah.
And he's not just anybody. In Fate's Day Night, he was Lancer.
The original Lancer, huh?
The original Lancer. He is absolutely no slouch. That spear he has is no toothpick. Oh boy, once we have some room to talk about who this is, once we get his true name, boy, we will be able to fill some hours in a discussion of this particular character, both in Fate, because much like Boss, much like Gilgamesh, Rogue Lancer has appeared in quite a large number of games in various forms, and also in like other media as well. He has quite a lot of memes about him. But needless to say, Iori getting an amazing battle aura off of this guy is not an exaggeration.
The way you dodged around his attack there was also just gorgeous. That was poetry in motion.
I will say, like, Rogue Lancer has a lot of very telegraphable attacks. And you can actually sort of dodge into quite a few of the sillier ones, too.
Yep. Perfect. This is a joy to watch. Oh, and you got the parry that you unlocked last time.
Nope, that was just a regular block using the Earth Stance block.
Oh, all right.
Yes, and he throws rocks.
Okay.
he just gouges the ground and just throws rocks at you.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for rocks.
Yes, but the word gouge is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Sort of reminded me of Left 4 Dead when you're the tank and you just pick up a giant fucking piece of concrete, throw it at people.
断したな。火は熟した。
力を借りる。
任せろ。私に。
This one's kind of funny too because he's teleporting, but the game still tracks it for the attack.
Sure.
やるな兄ちゃん。サーバント連れとはいえ人の身でよく粘る。俺は思ったよりも
Servant sidekick.
見え
That's why Iori's fired
That's
up.
precisely why he's fired up. Like all of these comments about him being born in the wrong time. Like if he had been born 50 years earlier into the height of the Sengoku era, this would have been his everyday life. This freaking life and death struggle, like knife's edge shit. He loves this shit, dude.
I've also made a point to not switch out to Saber as being in character with Iori. Iori gets to do the most of this.
There is no way Iori would step back right now. None whatsoever. Beautiful. What a fight. What a fight.
へえ、なかなかやるじゃねえか。
そちらこそだ。はぐれのランサー。その槍さばき、目を見張るものがある。
恐るべき使い手だ。はぐれは力を減じら
Yeah,
れた
what a rogue servant might lack in power is not a problem for Rogue Lancer because he is pure skill.
見ておけより、これこそが戦う力あるもの。
Oh, that's me.
なんだおい。
Man, that just back off, Saber. That man is the happiest he has been in months.
もっと誇ったっていいんだぜ。はぐれの霊気じゃあるが、俺と打ち合ったんだ。
そういえばはぐれだったか。はぐれでこの強さ、吉原の異常船並みの傑物だ。
Iori's just like, holy shit.
正直なところ、お前らを見くびってたぜ。他人のねぐらで無遠慮に騒ぐアホどもだ。どうせ大したことはねえってな。
それについてはその愛すまぬ。
そうだな。こちらの無作法だった。
まあいいさ。そっちにも込み入った事情があるようだしな。ともあれだ。
He's very affable.
But at least if you give him a decent workout. I mean, I can jive with that too. I'm in a much better mood after I get out of a proper lift at the gym.
面白い男だな、ランサー。
正直戦い足りねえくらいだ。そこでだ。頼みと言っちゃなんだが、もう一遍どうだ。
Just
Why
the
not?
delivery. Even Saber's just like, oh fuck. That just got very intense for a second.
もちろん、ただでなんて虫のいいことは言わねえ。そうさな。お前らが俺に勝てたら、俺の神明を教えるってのはどうだ？
I'm curious. Do it, Iori.
お前らの義の勝利に全面的に力を貸してやる。
you're like, who is this wonderful blue man?
Yeah, like I'm enjoying
お前
this.
の神明を明かせ。
悪くない取引だ。だが、あいにくと私の一存で
Yuri just shoves Saber over. Yes. Pick Saber up, shove Saber over again. Yes. That didn't feel like a ... fight to me, if we're being honest.
間違いなく義を有利に進められよう。
I wonder if any of the other masters like predicted Iori just being a fight idiot and getting a bunch of independent support because of that.
そんじゃあ早速と言いたいとこだが、そっちには生身のマスターがいるんだ。万全の準備を整えるまでは待っててやるよ。
So there you go. He's dutiful. He's strong. he's skilled, he wields a spear, and he has a sense of
俺
honor.
としても暇は潰したい。そうだな。準備が整うまでの間。
And the game refers to him as a dog.
俺が手伝うってのはどうだ
Yeah, snarling
い
hound.
ずれ勝負をする時まで助力をするか面白い男だな。
構わないがこちらばかりが得をしないか。
言ったろ
He's having fun, dude.
体がなまって仕方ねえってよ。
Like,
Yeah, his time in Fate Stay Night wasn't very enjoyable for him, so...
はぐれの乱世
Although doubtlessly this incarnation wouldn't remember that.
今は先を急ぐ。
If only because technically in the historical timeline it wouldn't have happened yet, but also like Fate timelines are just basically they have the setting and then they just do something, and if something is relevant they'll include it. Like I always talk about the concept of Japanese canon versus the
I was
concept
gonna
of like
say,
Western
like,
canon.
is this basically Japanese canon at work, where we don't get caught up on the small stuff too much?
Yeah, don't think about it.
The answer is don't think about it. That is a good frickin' answer to
こんな
have.
ものだろう。
Yeah, so we haven't actually got the ability to get them to join us yet. That'll actually come after we do a little bit more sniffing around and head back to the workshop.
確かテイは轟あたりを調べるのだとか。重なるとなんだか損だぞ。
It's gonna take a little moment just to run around here and collect a few things.
そんじゃよろしく頼むぜ。より
I like Rogue Lance's voice too.
Yeah.
He's one of those people just with like a wonderful to listen to voice.
It sounds like one of his voice acting directions was to constantly have a smile on his face. Like every single
心地だ。
voice acted line I've heard from Lancer sounds like he's smiling. And that is a wonderful bit of direction for him.
Yeah, so now we boosted that up enough. We get ourselves a little bit of extra defense. So that's why I prioritize filling out a circle first before I move on to the next one.
Right, because when Saber finishes the thing, you like it buffs Iori a little, huh?
Yeah, it benefits Iori, and Iori definitely needs it. And look, we've got a new Link Strike finally.
いい調子だ。
So the concept of this one is Saber can make pools of water, and Iori can make bursts of flame. So why not just make a large pool of steam and scald everybody?
That sounds horrifying and also effective.
If it works, it works. Make sure we haven't got anything new. Now we good.
Nothing that interesting.
I think that's pretty much it. So we'll be able to head off. Yeah, so I did a little bit more mucking around. Let's go to Shinagawa. Shinagawa is a very big map. We'll be spending the rest of the episode here.
Cool.
There's a lot to do. And it's a very pretty map too. We can actually go to that location, and we will be.
The sakura trees in the distance, you mean?
Yeah, up on the mountain.
Beautiful.
ここに逃げ込んだのか。
Only one way to find out.
だが奴らは船員でここには港がある。
東大の港か。どんな風なのかな。
Yeah. What about boats look like in Saber's age?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit surprised that Saber is so interested in naval progression.
桜の美しさは今も昔も変わらないのだな。
I won't say why.
Yeah, I sort of figured that was a hint to her identity.
Yeah, actually, Saber is Commodore Perry. We've been lied to all this time. Just kidding. He hasn't even turned up yet.
Hasn't even been born yet. That would be some serious fucking around.
Hey, look, Fate Stay Night has time fuckery involved in it as well. So, like, I won't go into it because, like I said, that's just like 10 kilometers of spoilers, and we're actually coming up on the 20th anniversary of Fate Stay Night. It's like a lot of people seem to think there might be an announcement of a remake for it. I don't know or not, but yeah, 20 years of Fate Stay Night this year. The anniversary's probably already happened by the time this episode goes up, but for us, it's like, you know, it's happening right now. So
really
everyone's interested to see what happens.
This video, but that's a policy both you and I have agreed on that we don't do.
Yeah, well, 2024 is the 20th year, regardless. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's in early February, which this episode will probably go up late February. Just how far ahead of ourselves we're getting, because I just love recording this game.
Now this is always a good time, like when Robokai like says, "Hey man, I've got stuff to commentate on." I'm just like, "All right, great. I'm getting I make myself like to go along with this very frequently. What I'll do is I'll cut up a roll of ciabatta bread. I'll get some summer sausage, and I'll get some Gouda cheese or some baby Swiss, and I'll make what I colloquially refer to as failed charcuterie. It's basically charcuterie, only, you know, like I don't do it with nearly the discernment or the skill or the fanciness that you would get at a restaurant. And I'll sit down with that, and I'll just snack and sip my way through it with a beer. Like right now, I have Saint Bernardus ABT 12, which is a beer I've had before on various Let's Plays. It's a Trappist beer that goes back. The monks that were making Saint Bernardus ABT 12 were making beer in Iori's time. See, I can even make my ridiculous decadence relevant to our Let's Play.
I was internally that entire time just kind of laughing because they're like a bunch of kids going, "Hey, let's play foreigners," in quotation marks. I'm like, wow. A part of me really wants to know. So this we've got Amazake, which is I guess it's a kind of like a rice beer, I guess.
Huh.
Speaking of beers, it's like a rice
Not
malt.
even remotely familiar. I want to be remotely familiar. Like fermented rice beverage that's sweet. That sounds delicious. I'd need plenty of insulin for it, but you know, whatever. Worth it. That's what insulin is for.
so I can try weird rice stuff.
Look, man. Like I have a quick pen right here, because beer also, like the Saint Bernardus ABT 12 also requires that I inject insulin. It is true.
Oh my god, that man dropped a dog.
Pet the dog.
That man dropped a whole goddamn dog.
Clearly, that dog was piloting that man because he was so starved for pets. So now, if you pet the dog,
a fight.
there will not be any more drop-kicking shirtless men.
There will always be drop-kicking shirtless men. That's like a universal constant. Yep. We do love to see a little bit of trade going on.
We do a little bit of trading and a little bit of trolling.
We talked about the Ming Dynasty and how they were so bad at it.
I've been in business for myself for about 10 years at this point, and I can safely say that even in my second or third year, when I was you and I knew each other, you saw me live through all of these times that I would just get completely screwed over by every other business deal I had. I can safely say that even at that time, I was better at business than these Ming administrators.
And we saw the little spot where they like to crucify and burn people alive as well.
We did.
Oh dear. Just a little detail they didn't have to put in, but they left in just to remind you.
品川宿という。セイバー、どこで聞いた？
Someone finally picked up a brochure, I guess.
私とていつも驚くばかりではない。さあ、港に入
To
るぞ。
venture to guess, Saber has been pumping Kaya for info.
Yeah, she's having so much fun.
癒されるな。
So, you know, you grow up seeing the world one way, and
ういやつめ。
you've got like seriously, like everyone talks about what it like how like figures of the past would react to like you know, coming to the future, and usually it would just be like a case of complete and utter like culture shock. So, like they overcome this for a lot of servants by sort of giving them the information that they need to sort of function in a lot of ways, but in a lot of other ways that still doesn't change the fact that they haven't experienced all of this weird new stuff. So you will get sort of, you know, moments like Saber from Fate Stay Night, really enjoying food because like the culinary options in Britain have historically always been dire as fuck.
Just there's an actual culinary tradition where that saber gets pulled. I don't actually know where Fate Stay Night occurs, but I have had people quote unquote spoil, you know, the 20-year-old secret that saber is King Arthur. So you know, like just, oh hey, there's an actual culinary tradition here, huh? Weird. This is tasty, and food can taste good.
There's a bit of a running gag in Fate Granddaughter that one of her knights, Gawain, he only knows how to make potato-based dishes.
Oh my god.
They actually have a sprite of him in a chef hat holding a bowl of mashed potatoes.
Because Gawain was Irish. Like that. That's a brilliant compression of a bunch of things there, because like Irish people eating potatoes was not actually a thing until after. Whoa, shrimp tempura? Fuck yeah. And mochi and bean paste? Fuck.
Yeah, you find the good stuff at the ports and the in-towns, that's for sure.
I can't blame you, Saber.
いけたぞ。
Boiled white bait atop rice. Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
お越しをお待ちしてます。
I've pretty much made it so that whenever I go out on a Tuesday now, I pretty much just go out and I get sushi from somewhere. So, so I'm gonna be just like doing rotations on all of my sushi haunts, because oh yeah, the bridge fell down. So yeah, I would also talking about the story. We kind of need to get into the ports, but we need a pass for the port, a port pass, if you will.
Passport.
あれは。より、こっち
Here's something neat.
だ。なんだ？
What do we got here?
緑色の板は。
It's drying seaweed, isn't it?
Yep. Nori.
Oh, nutty. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I know so many people, they just cannot stand nori. They can't stand seaweed.
They're wrong.
They get so weird about it. And then I'll be there like my supermarket got incorrectly delivered some seaweed that had basically had chili kneaded into it. And then rolled up into like a cylinder and then dried. And my mouth was never burned like it did when I had those. I loved it so much.
Dude, so for a while, I was basically running around with like just delivering stuff with Catholic Charities here in Kansas City to Iraqi refugees. Came over just before the most recent war. And a lot of times I would expect it to show up, and it would just be like, you know, here, this is for you to help you get settled here, you know, God's blessings, etc. And you know, you leave. There's this one family that absolutely insisted on feeding me, and somewhat similar to nori with chili spice needed into it. they insisted on feeding me this absolutely delicious grape leaf with chili kneaded into it. There was rice. There was like zucchini, and there was some chicken in there. I don't even know what it was called, but I do remember it was so delicious. I wiped my eyes at one point, and the father of the family, who was named Ahmed, simply said, "Oh, is it too spicy for you?" And I was just like, "No, dude, this is so delicious. I'm crying." It was so good.
Yeah, I haven't really had anything that sort of hit me quite like that. And it wasn't like one that like super lingered very long either. It was just really, really good. And so like when people like, there are so many different ways you can have seaweed done. You can get it done as a snack. You can do it as part of like a meal. Like its utility for holding things together. And it's just like, I love it. Seaweed is fantastic.
It's there's an Asian market in Kansas City called the 721. That I occasionally go to, and I get sheets of seaweed there just to substitute for flour tortillas for like quote unquote burritos.
I'd never thought of doing that. That's actually really good.
Oh, dude, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've basically done it like full on enchiladas, only with nori, and it's delicious. Like you basically just make up the filling, and then you wrap everything up in nori, and you put it down, and you put the tomato paste and cheese over it, and you roast it in the oven for just like 10 minutes to heat everything up. And it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you about like one of my favorite sort of seaweed-based snacks in a second, but like, as we can see here, we want to get a pass, but the guy in charge, the Shinagawa headman, obviously has no time for all the people just coming up and bothering him for stuff, and so he likes to send you like very difficult tasks in order to not have to deal with you again. In this particular case, he wants us to go up the mountain to pick the herbs he needs, which unfortunately is gonna be very difficult to do with the bridge down.
Daimyo says they have to come from Gotenyama. Alright, sure, why not?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the climate is just perfect. So the snack that I'm actually kind of really fond of is got in like my supermarket in the international aisle. It's referred to as gimbugak. It's a Korean seaweed chip where they've also done it with like rice paper on it. And holy cow, it is so good. Like the seaweed paper, the seaweed and the rice paper together, and like is just really really nice. Like it is unbelievably tasty and like cooked, and so that the rice paper is bubbled and folded around the sea. Oh, it's yeah. Like that's one of those things wherever I see, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna need some of that because it's so good.
Oh man.
Man, rice is just so good. Rice is just so great. You
can
do so much with it.
I recently bought just like a full-on 20-pound bag of brown rice, like just the unhulled stuff that you would make in like the game's name is Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. You made like that game goes through the entire process of making of growing rice, refining rice into brown or white rice, and I got about a 20-pound bag of brown rice, and that shit's gonna last me for like 6 months. I am not sorry.
And now we get a new we get a new way to traverse around, where you need to go back to... Now we've unlocked this, we need to go back to Akachimachi and do it, because it's a similar sort of thing to there. And from that, we've also learned Savage Downpour. which is a crazy looking technique.
That looks great. Holy crap.
I haven't equipped it yet because we haven't even shut off miasma yet, so we'll get to it.
大したものだ。英霊が力の一端。
She's so proud of herself.
Yeah, and with good cause.
Like, extremely good cause. You know what? I'm not even gonna make fun of her.
Oh yeah, and the and the fun doesn't stop yet.
手を貸そう。
おっと。
What? That owns! Holy crap!
And from that we learn Vortex Slash.
That was fantastic. Saber, please never change. You're awesome.
And that's not
Well,
that's not Iori spinning Saber there. That's just Saber zipping around.
私の特大バビューンは。
次は。
Babyo! Is that the word she used for whooshing technique? Okay.
Must be a Japanese onomatopoeia.
Yeah, like I'm not familiar with that word. I'm just familiar enough with all of the other words Saber used to make it process of elimination.
Yep.
犬か。
Yeah. So before we go up the mountain, we're gonna go check out the other places because the last food store we need is there.
Dude, a pure white sheep? That is rare.
よしよしよ
It's
し。
gonna be anywhere, it'd be up here. So we're looking for three herbs. Angelica shoot, chives, and butterbur, and I only know one of those. And we should not be surprised that that it's at this point it's not even a surprise anymore. Should be no surprise that like chives is the only one I know.
I mean, chives are delicious, though.
Yeah.
I'm actually
It's
playing
been food chat.
Look, we are playing a game with Saber in it. If you expected there to not be food chat, I'm not certain who the hell you like what you were doing. Like, if you are annoyed by food chat, you're gonna need to lump it.
どちらを向いても店だ。
Yeah, where there's ports, there's trades, there's
許
shops.
されるならば存分に遊んで行きたいものだが。
すまんが、そんな金もいとまもない。
Mostly the money.
He's like, Saber, I'm poor. You're making me poorer. Yeah, this is a nice little area. I don't think there's ever any recourse to come this direction in the entire game. So, yeah, just visit it and say hi.
何か食べるか？
よく来た。
Food stall.
Yep, this is the last of our food stalls. This one does clams boiled in sweet and spicy sauce. Sukadani. Yeah,
Wow.
there we go. We will need to come back here though to complete the sign because the Sakura tree watchers are not spawned in at this particular time, so a return visit would be required to complete the sign. Not to mention all the people and the characters we might need to fight.
猫。
We'll do a roundup before the end of the first run through of the game where I go through and I get all the stuff on the signs. Though I don't know how much of it I'll bother recording because it's not terribly exciting.
うい集め。
Well, I will say, like it struck me that last dish says, "Hey, it goes amazingly well with white rice," and I do want to comment on that since we're already deep in food chat. One of the primary reasons why rice seems to go well with everything is precisely because while it cooks, it absorbs a lot of the flavor of everything around it, and like so as a for example. I made stuffed peppers with pork sausage recently, and so pork sausage, obviously it's pig, and I made the rice that went with it with some chicken stock, by which I mean like actual chicken stock. You throw a chicken carcass that's been fabricated, and it's just bones and the scrap meat and tendons or whatever in there with. Mirepoix, which is basically equal parts onion, celery, and carrots, plus your sachet of spices, which
待っていたぞ。
is usually something like parsley, oregano, and other relatively mild and unassuming spices. But you can do things like cilantro or more bold spices.
いつでもよいぞ。
But you know, like the entire reason why that dish worked, and I used it for an entire, you know, family gathering of three generations, you know, granddad down to grandkids, and everybody loved it because there was something for everybody to love in there. There was the chicken stock that was absorbed into each one of the grains of rice. There was plenty of veggies. I put onions into the filling and everything, plus the pork sausage, which was made with bold spices like cayenne pepper and paprika, and it's just like this is the real use of rice, and why rice is such an absolutely beautiful thing to cook with. You can adapt it to whatever you want. And
yes.
and just to tie it back to what we're seeing in Iori's time and so forth. One of the primary reason, like Japanese society was absolutely aware of all of this, and one of the marks of a truly accomplished chef was not that you could manipulate rice into whatever you wanted, but when you could use the subtle sweetness. Rice is very subtly sweet. But if you could use the subtle sweetness of rice into something like a rice ball and make it taste wonderful and bring out that sweetness, that was a truly accomplished chef. And like that is an attitude that still exists to some extent today. It's still much easier to make your point as a chef with big flavor versus subtle. What's the word I'm looking for? Accentuation, subtle accentuation. But you know, when you can bring out the sweetness of rice, like that's when you know you're really thinking about food correctly, and you're really thinking about food all the way through.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Rice is like basically, like rice is such a staple in Japan, and has has been for so long that like it's impossible to like remove one from the other in just like your perceptions of them. I actually did look up what an Angelica shoot is, and apparently it's used a lot in It's kind of interesting. It's actually like quite often fried in some way. Like they'll pickle it, they can blanch it, but it's also like can be pan fried or deep fried. So
I've never cooked with it myself.
See, like just googling it seems to come up with a. It seems to come up with a lot of stuff involving like Korean cooking.
Oh, I see. I was about to ask you what food tradition does it primarily be associated with. Okay.
Yeah, but also at the same time, apparently in Japan it was used in the production of medicine, mostly involving a lot of things. Actually, it seems like they might have thought it might have been a cure-all for a lot of stuff, but it does seem to have at the very least effectiveness on one's digestive system. Because it was used for a lot of stuff like heartburn, flatulence, loss of appetite, and but also just like a lot of other things as well. It's just like, okay, you guys used it for a lot of stuff.
I mean, yeah, I'd have to look it up. A lot of the this is something. This is another bit of food culture that like. It gets a little bit more play in Eastern food traditions, but I feel like it's criminally underreported in Western food traditions, especially in is that food is medicine. Like, don't get it twisted. Food is medicine, and like even something as simple as black pepper, like black peppercorns. If you care at all about food, right? Like you should get a $15, $20 pepper grinder,
木の影響か
and don't buy like pre-ground black pepper. Don't do it. Buy raw black peppercorns, extra bold, you know, from India, blah blah blah, and grind your own pepper, because black, like particularly a freshly ground black pepper before it's dried out and everything, it's a digestive. It literally helps you digest your food. And it's also an anti-inflammatory, and because I was challenged on this exact point during one of our streams, this is not me just citing some random woo-woo nonsense. No, go to you know, FDA.gov. Okay, like you will see it. Just Google this crap. Western government websites will come up and say, no, this is all completely true. And, you know, it goes along with a lot of other spices that you're talking about. Like, I'm blanking on it right now. Anti-inflammatory spices. The primary one that I'm thinking of is... not turmeric. Turmeric, cloves, rosemary, cinnamon, all of these things fight inflammation. So, if you're working out and you want to recover quicker from your workouts, these spices will help you do that. If you're recovering from surgery, these spices will help you do that. Like, food is medicine, everybody. Like it matters. You just look this up. You think about this, and you eat something other than McDonald's, and suddenly, like, you should not be surprised when you have these transcendent moments, the way Saber does in these videos when you have amazing food.
So I will just mention the new Oni type we encountered, the one-eyed Oni. They're quite interesting because they obviously take the character of the cursed monk. They can actually detach their heads and shoot laser beams while attacking. We'll get to see that later. You know, for now, just trust me. Also, I looked up Butterbur, and apparently Butterbur, for the most part, was like used for a lot of stuff that it, like, more recent tests, it doesn't really actually help with at all. At most, it's good for reducing migraines, but the problem is it contains chemicals that cause, like, massive liver problems.
That's definitely also a thing that happens. These like I just went on a giant note about how food is medicine, blah 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 blah. Robokai is doing well to remind everybody that
too much medicine is poison.
Per Paracelsus, the difference between medicine and poison is the dose. That is why we have the modern concept of LD50.
Yeah, you can't get Butterbur with the particular like enzyme or whatever it is that causes the like liver problems, cancer, etc. extracted from it. So like, but generally speaking, I think there's better options these days anyway. So it mostly just doesn't get used. But they didn't know any better back then.
What was the primary use for Butterbur, you said? I'm sorry.
Mostly for the alleviation of migraines.
Oh, for okay. So that's going to be primarily a inflammation, anxiety sort of thing. Yeah, like particularly nowadays when there are so many other options available to you in terms of medicinal spices and medicinal herbs. Like, you don't necessarily need specific...
Yeah, so we got into the port, and as expected, Saber is doing the big freak out, but honestly, very good cause for this particular occasion. He's just like, no, it's cool. Look, no, this is just how things work these days. Do love the ambient sounds of the seagulls and the waves.
よりあちらに巨大な船が。あ、いや、あれは船なのか。
なんだ今度は。
I love this bit.
Like, what precisely is Saber looking at here? Oh, okay, yeah. Traditional European tri-masted ship.
Even Iori is just like, whoa, holy shit, actually.
南蛮船
Yeah, no, that's a caravel pattern.
It's got cannons.
以上にこれほど近い港に入るのを許すとは。これはどういうことだ。
あら、そこの侍たち。ガレオン船を見るのは
Okay, so that's that's officially a galleon. All right.
貴殿は
Jesus.
あの船の主人よ。オランダの商人といったところね。本当はこんな場所に船を止めてはいけないんだけれど、幕府から特別に許し
You ever seen a hat just fail at its job?
Yeah, like a hat is supposed to keep the sun out of your eyes and off of your face. Like this is a primary failure on hat.
あら、本当に珍しかったね。
Should really take a cue from your friend next to
見
you.
学のため存分に観察しておきなさい。
ぶしつけにすまない。これは船どころか港を見るのも初めてで、見るものすべて珍しいようだ。
This is one of those few moments where Iori gets to dunk on Saber.
なんだその物言い。私は。
Shut up, Saber.
いいから
He's covering for you.
存分にと言っていただけたろう。好意に甘えてこい。
Yeah, and you might notice something important while you're watching Saber. It doesn't like.
異国のものとみたいな。
That's a good way to say, fuck off, Saber, I want to have a conversation.
その葉を流暢に話すものだ。
ローマではローマ人のように振る舞え。ジパングの言葉では郷に
He's like, what's a Rome?
従えよね。
She said Rome and Rome people. Like that was the literal translation of what she said. So like she didn't need to ask if you have a similar saying in your language. She literally quoted the saying in her language, or in Iori's
孫
language.
子ね。そちらもさすがは侍といったところかし
She
ら。
seems well learned.
孫子を知るとは驚きだ。
Iori's sort of a bit
死
shocked by
は
that.
力なりでしょ。ひとたび貴族に生まれた以上。
Then she's a noble.
姫
Presumably in the Dutch, the Dutch,
The Dutch royal family.
in the East India Company.
ごめんなさい。そういうことらしいわ。ところであなた、私はプリンセスではないと言っているでしょ。
She's not a royal member.
レディーと。
申し訳ない。異国の事情には疎いゆえ。
言い訳はいいの。ほら、練習して。はい。レディー。ね。
レディ様。
This is that is
レディーは
is
すでに敬意が含まれているの。
malicious compliance right there.
Yeah. He's just like,
商談の頃合い
Like the terseness of his of that guard's response just reinforces precisely how maliciously
そ
compliant
ちら
he's
の方は
being.
すっかり船に夢中みたいだけれど。
saber noises.
そろそろ行くぞ。
Saber noises.wav.
まだ見ていたいぞ。
商談の邪魔になってしまう。今日はここまでだ。それではレディー、これにて失礼する。
ええ。縁があればまた会いましょう。いいわ。報告をちょうだい。
あのセイバー陣営、マスターもサーバントも随分と腕が立ちます。異国人ってだけで警戒されました。お嬢の情報が多少なりと出回ってるのかと。肝心の吉原には近づけずじまいで。
へえ、そう。あなたにはどう見えたのかしら、アサシン。
目障り清盛ない。そして惜しいな、同情すら抱く。
So it seems he's got a little bit of master of disguise in his toolkit.
退場してもらう必要がありそうね。次に私たちのテリトリーへ足を踏み入れた時は、あの綺麗なセイバーの最後よ。
Sounds like she has no intention of murdering Iori, at least.
Yeah, like she like that pretty Saber's life. She did say that directly, like Kirei no Seba, like Kirei Seba. She didn't use the no particle, but like that was not a creative license. That was definitely in the base speech there, which tells a story in and of itself.
Yeah, so that's a lot going on here, and I think that's it for now. The saga involving trying to pin down Assassin is not yet over. We're going to be basically on a gradual. It's like the exploration is I think is a little bit longer than the previous chapters, but it will eventually start speeding up. We'll be making a lot more friends, getting into a lot more fights, and then just getting into another clusterfuck. So that's something to look forward to for the next few episodes. And yeah, we've met Assassin's Master, but Iori and Saber haven't quite cottoned on to, that it's her, and also we don't know her name. Though I've given everybody the tools to guess it. Next time we continue our investigations, we need to find that damn assassin. Where could he be? Don't look under the basket hat. I've been the Last Robo Guy.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you all next time when we look under the basket hat.